what's going on, guys? Dale Valor here from Modern Valor Dating. Listen, today we're going to be talking about an article that I read in Bustle by an author named Alice Broster. And what that article was about was how to know when to stop dating multiple people. Now, it broke down the pros, it broke down the cons. She talked to a dating coach, a therapist, a bunch of different people, and got their input, got their take on it, and I'm gonna give you mine right now. Let's get into it. Let's go. Hey guys, just wanted to take this quick time out just to remind you, if you're getting value out of this channel, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, because we don't want you to miss anything. All right, we're gonna hop right back into the video. Let's get it. All right, first we're gonna start talking about the pros in this article. And the first one that they brought up was, it's kind of like interviewing people for a job. They talked to a dating and relationship expert named Benjamin Daly. Now, he was the one that was saying that it's kind of like interviewing people for a job when you're out talking to a litany of women and assuming that you're wanting to get into a relationship with one. Now, it kind of boils down to what it is that you want, right? If you want to have a rotation, that's fine, man. If you want to have a monogamous relationship, that's fine, man. If you want to have an open relationship, that's fine, man. You know, whatever you want is what it is that you need to be screening for. All right, now here's the deal. I tend to agree with this particular point. Now, there's some pros here I'm going to agree with and some that I'm not. There's some cons that I agree with and some that I don't. All right, so here's the deal. This one in particular, I agree with. When you're dating a bunch of women at the same time, it's good to know what to screen for. Because if you don't, you're likely to end up with anything. And if you don't know what you want, hey, look, you're just going to end up with whatever it is that you think sounds good at the time. All right, so we're going to hop into the next one. Let's go. So the second pro is from behavioral psychologist Jo Hemmings, all right? What she was saying is that by dating multiple people, it helps you figure out what you want in a relationship. This I tend to disagree with, because here's the deal. If you're only talking to, well, we'll say that you're dating 5 different girls, and you're only seeing one of them maybe once a week, one of them every couple of weeks, one of them you talk to a little bit more, but you only see her once a month, you know, depending on what your schedule looks like and what their schedules look like and things like that. It's not going to help you that much in a relationship context. Why? Because everybody's on their best behavior. Everybody's putting their best foot forward. Now, it may help in the screening process in that, like, look, you know, if this person just isn't for you, you just eliminate that person from the dating pool and maybe pull somebody else in, okay? But in terms of an actual relationship, I don't think that dating multiple people really lends to that, because dating and relationships are 2 different things. They're 2 different animals completely, all right? So it's good to know the difference, and it's good to know that, look, if you're dating multiple women, don't be looking for things to help a relationship. Be looking for characteristics and qualities that align with yours. All right, we're gonna hop into the next one. Let's go. All right, guys, so we're gonna hop into the cons right now. And they talked to a sex and relationship expert named Jillian Myhill. Now, what she was saying is, it's hard to know who the right person is. I disagree with this completely, 100%, because here's the deal. This lends back to the pro that we talked about in the last point. If you are looking for a particular type of relationship style, okay, whether that's, look, I brought it up before, a monogamous relationship, you want a rotation of girls in your life, you want an open relationship, whatever, that's fine, man. That's totally cool. Whatever you want is what you want. But here's the deal. You can screen for those things. That's why it's not that hard to know who to choose. Look, if I'm dating, we'll say 5 different women, it's not hard to figure out, okay, this girl could be relationship material. This girl is a friends with benefit material. This girl I'm never gonna see again. This girl, whatever. You know, so the thing is, look, if you know what it is that you want, you can screen for those things and bring those things into your life. Because look, you know your schedule, you know how much time you have available, you know what your life looks like, you know how much value you bring to the table, you know what they're bringing to the table. Does it make sense to have both those things together? All right, we're gonna hop into the next point. Let's get it. All right, guys, so another one of the cons that they brought up is from psychosexual therapist Kate Moyle. And what she said is that one of the people are likely to interpret your dating as being exclusive. I completely disagree with this. This is with the caveat, if you communicate what it is that you want. If you're dating multiple women, make that known. You don't have to hide that. If one of the girls is not okay with that, what does it matter? You're still talking to this girl, that girl, this girl, that girl. Who cares, right? So be honest. Be honest with what it is that you want. Don't feel like you have to try to pull the wool over their eyes and lie to them, and because all that's going to do is come back and bite you. All right, so if one of these girls has the impression that you are in an exclusive relationship, that's on you, because you didn't communicate that. You did not have that conversation, and if there's drama that gets brought up into your life because you didn't communicate it, that's on you. All right? All right, we're going to hop into the next one. Let's go. All right, so another point that they brought up in this article is, when is it a good time to become exclusive? All right, now this was brought up by Jillian Myhill. We talked about her a little bit earlier. Here's the deal. She says 3 months. I say maybe, all right, because everybody's different. Context is king. Everybody it's just a different situation and different dynamic for different people. See, here's the thing. If you get along with somebody, you've screened properly, and everything aligns, everything makes sense, and you want a monogamous relationship with homegirl, things make sense, okay, fine. If it takes a month, that's cool. All right, no worries. Maybe it takes 6 months. That's okay, no problem. But 3 months, I would say overall is a pretty good gauge. 90 days, you know, okay, I can live with that. But don't set a time marker saying like, all right, I met this girl today. It's January 23rd, and all right, so I'm gonna look and see, I don't know, March 23rd. I guess that's 3 months. You know, so we gotta have something figured out by this day. Like for instance, I'll give you a perfect example. I was talking to one of my students just this week, and he was asking me, how many days should go by before you tell a girl that you love her? I'm like, why are you counting days, dude? You know, like, how do those things correlate to you, you know? And that's what I'm trying to say is, don't put a time frame on it. Just figure out if it works for you and it works for her, and if you want to get into a relationship and so does she, okay, cool. And you don't like these other girls and you want a monogamous relationship, fine, get rid of them, bet out. All right, we're going to hop into the next one. Let's get it. All right, so another point that they brought up was how to have a conversation about being exclusive. Now, Kate Moyle, that we spoke about a little bit earlier, she had talked about, listen, this is something that you have to have a conversation about. And I agree with that 100%, okay? I could not agree more. You have to be upfront and state your intent at a certain point in time. You have to say what you want at a certain point in time. Otherwise, it just looks like you're indecisive, you don't know what you want, you're non-committal. You know, it just brings up more red flags than anything else. You know, one of the ways that I like to have that conversation is like this. I've spoke about it before in other videos. What that is the 3 F's. The first F being for feed me. What I'm talking about is intellectually. All right, I don't want to be bored in the relationship. I don't want to go to her place and, I don't know, it's a Friday night, we're going to be hanging out, and she's just playing on her phone. That doesn't jive with me, it's not what I want. All right, I want her to participate in stimulating me intellectually, all right? The second F is for fuck me. Now, that's pretty self-explanatory. I don't really need to go into great detail there, all right? The third F is for be my friend. In other words, treat me like you would treat a friend. Down the road, if, we'll just say she's being bitchy, all right? We've had this conversation. She agreed to these terms, okay? I can always call her on that. You know, if she's being bitchy for just no good reason whatsoever, just because she didn't get enough sleep the night before and just grumpy, you know, I can say, hey, listen, you know, remember we had that conversation about the 3 Fs and we talked about, I want you to treat me like a friend. Is this how you act to your friends? Is this how you treat your friends? And now there's a frame of reference. And more times, often than not, she's going to be like, you know what, you're right, I'm sorry, you know, my bad. So I can always have something to call her on, and the interpretation is loose enough that no matter what the situation is, I can fit it into one of those 3 frames. All right? All right, we're going to hop into the next one. Let's get it. All right, guys, so last tip, and that is how to end things with the girls that you don't want to see. Now, they talked to Benjamin Daly about this, who was referenced earlier in the article, but here's the deal. He says be polite and courteous when letting the other girls loose if you're wanting to establish a monogamous relationship or just get rid of them in general. All right, now here's the deal. I agree completely with that, 100%. What you don't want is sour grapes. And I do believe in leave them better than you found them. And if you just, you know, ghost and just don't ever talk to them ever again, unless it's for good reason, all right? Now, if she's crazy or something like that and you feel that's, you know, I'm just blocking her on everything because she's nuts, okay, I'm with you. But in the general sense, look, if she, you know, you went out a few times, you know, there's just nothing there. Okay, fine. You know, it's not the end of the world. Just have that conversation. Listen, you know, I just don't really feel a lot of chemistry here. Not that you're a bad person or anything like that, but I just don't really see a future here. And I just don't want to waste your time, and I don't want to waste my own. And so, like, good luck to you, and peace, you know? And that's pretty much it. You know, just be polite, courteous, and don't be vindictive. Don't be a dick. Don't disappear. You know, all those things, because that's going to come back and bite you later. You know, so just don't do it. All right, guys, so listen. These particular videos, you know, we talked a lot about knowing what it is that you want. So we linked up a video here where we go really deep on it. Go to this video, check it out, and I will see you there.